My name is Stefanie and I am the founder and CEO of Actively Mobile App. By trade, I'm a journalist, and I was a producer at CNN for 5 years. And it was being at CNN, and I love journalism, I'm a news junkie, and I love information. But I got tired of being this tiny cog in a giant wheel, and I wanted a way to impact people more directly. I kept hitting the same pain point. CNN took me, I was here in Atlanta, and CNN asked me to move to DC to help them launch a show. So in Atlanta every day I can go to the gym at 4 p.m. We have a gym right downstairs. It's amazing, and I have lots of people that I know, and they're free right after work. When I moved to DC, all of a sudden I get out of work at 8 p.m. now because I'm on a later show, and everybody was done with the gym. Everybody was already at home having dinner or finished happy hour, and I kept hitting the same pain point, which was not being able to find somebody to work out with. And it happened to me, it happened to my boyfriend who moved to DC with me. He just wanted a dude to work out with and couldn't find somebody. My best friend is Australian, and she couldn't find someone to climb with her, and she's climbed all over the world. So how does she find somebody when she's new to Atlanta of that skill set? So I kept hitting the same pain point and realized it's something I want to do in earnest. And I was like, I'm gonna build this app. No one has created the solution, so I'm gonna create the solution, but how? Well, I don't have $1 million to pay somebody to do it, so I'm gonna have to do it myself. And that's when I realized I need to learn how to code. I literally moved back to Atlanta, and a week later started at TTS at Tech Talent South, and it was intense and scary and awesome and so empowering. Learning to code is literally, I know it is a different language, it is coding language, but it is an actual different language that you've never been exposed to, you've never seen it. So it is so intimidating to start when you just look at it. But then when you have amazing teachers and you have people who encourage you and are willing to stay after class to show you that extra kind of help, that extra boost, it just changes everything. And at first it is overwhelming and terrifying, and then a week later, 2 weeks later, you start understanding, you're like, okay, I don't know how to do it all, but I understand what I'm seeing. I wasn't able to build the entire app myself, but I learned how to build my own website based on the fundamentals I learned at TTS. I was able to find a developer and work with him and understand what he needs. I was able to have the confidence to learn other skills like creating my own graphics, Photoshop. So those are all things that I had the courage to do after learning and having that base understanding, that base knowledge that Tech Talent South gave me. So the part of a class at Tech Talent South that made me the happiest was finding a room of 15 to 20 other people who were going through the same thing you're going through. And that camaraderie is so necessary because you are making a major transition for so many of us who find ourselves at Tech Talent South. You're making this huge transition in your life, and you don't know anybody in your personal space that's kind of doing that. So to find 20 other people that are on the same path, same journey is pivotal. I think it kind of bolsters your confidence. The biggest challenge was really learning something completely new. I'm not a math and science person, I'm not a STEM person. I wasn't before this. So it was just learning to rewire the way that you think in your brain and the way you look at things for coding. But when you really have a great teacher like we did with Aaron at here at the Atlanta location, he made it so easy, and he was willing to stay after class and work with us, and you find other people who want to work and encourage you as well.